Hey, what's up, guys? Bill the Universe, and I'm about to do the chart of Amber Heard. I saw, what's that movie, Aquaman 2, the other day. I thought it was pretty good. Not so much an Aquaman fan, but it is Christmas, and I don't know, we were just hanging out, just doing a bunch of stuff, fun stuff for the day. And I saw the movie, and, I don't really pay attention to all that Amber Heard, Johnny Depp stuff, because if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't give a good goddamn. But I do think she's really pretty, and she's obviously, attracting attention for some reason. It can't just be because she's a cunt, you know what I mean? But maybe it is. Let's look at her chart. So she's an Aries sun. Okay, so that's specifically the star of Ashvini. Ashvini is a go-getter. Ashvini is brave, competitive, the most successful people with this star, usually with the moon in Ashvini, but also with sun in Ashvini. People are usually the oldest of their siblings because Aries is first, right? Or they're the most successful of their siblings because Aries is very brave and pioneering. But there's also, actually, believe it or not, there's a spiritual aspect to this too. It's a very, very fierce energy. These people have lean bodies. They're usually, it's like I said, it's usually great for success. I have done different concerts, put out different albums, posted a video, whatever, under an Ashvini moon or Ashvini sun, and they're all successful, every single time. So Ashvini is actually a very successful star. And actually, even mythologically, this is tied to the great healers, and this is tied to doctors and surgeons. And the sun being the father, and for her son to be an Ashvini, the star of the surgeon, I do wonder if her father was in the medical field for some reason. But they actually do have a really good work ethic. They have a really great ability to rise to the top. Because like I said, Ashvini sits in Aries. It's actually the ram of, it's the horns of the ram. This is where the star sits. So again, it's a very, fierce energy, and it is associated with a lot of success. A lot of women with this energy are very successful. My friend is an Ashvini sun, and she crushes men's balls like it's nothing. Queen Elizabeth I was an Ashvini moon, and so was Queen Elizabeth II. She was also Ashvini moon. So whether you like Amber Heard or not, this Ashvini placement is tied to very big success. She's a Virgo moon, specifically the star of Hasta. Hasta is, first of all, Virgo is the only woman in astrology, right? They say that Taurus is the most feminine, and I can agree with that, but this is just my own personal opinion. I think Virgo is the most feminine sign. That's just my opinion. I see so many beautiful women with a Virgo moon or a Virgo sun. Beyonce is, oh no, she's not. She's, in tropical, she's a Virgo sun. But anyway, a lot of these people are just very, very beautiful, very smart. Moon controls this nakshatra of Hasta, and Moon is all about the mind. And Virgo is very earthly. Virgo is the representation of the earth. So these people can be very materialistic. These people can also be incredibly ambitious because Virgo is an earth sign. So like I said, beautiful and smart. Hasta, women with a placement in Hasta are greatly revered nowadays. I noticed that. Anne Hathaway, let me just keep going. Anne Hathaway is a Hasta sun, I believe, and Kristen Stewart is a Hasta moon. And these women have dominated the box office. These women have carried entire movies on their own, you know what I mean? These women are associated with bringing in income, bringing in money. So Virgo moon women are not just very, very smart, but they're very, very beautiful too. I'm going to do all the good stuff, and then later I'll go to the bad stuff. So was she a child actor? That's actually something I'd like to know. If you know about her life, do you tell me, was she a child actor? I asked that because being a Virgo moon, that means that Mercury rules her moon. Mercury is a sign of is a planet of children. It's a sattvic planet, meaning it's very holy and it's very giving. It's very forgiving. So for this energy to sit in Virgo, which is already a very feminine sign, this means that a lot of these people are good teachers. They're really good working with children. I'm a hasta moon and I'm a teacher. So, but I also notice Mercury and Moon. They will, these people with Mercury and Moon, and they will, if they're in entertainment industry, they will a lot of times be child actors because these are the planets of youth. So yeah, Mercury, like I said, is also the karaka of students and school and, achievements and work. So like I said, Mercury is very much associated with like the classroom. So I do wonder if either she wanted to be a teacher or had original ideas of being a teacher, or if she was a child actor. Like, for example, what's that really pretty black girl, she's really hot nowadays, Keke Palmer. She was a child actor and she has a lot of moon in her chart, and she does have hasta in her chart. It's like hasta Venus or hasta Mars, something like that. But she actually has some of this exact same placements, and she was a child star, she's got Saturn in Anuradha. Anuradha is the main nakshatra for superheroes, specifically the Marvel superheroes. I looked at every single Marvel person, Scarlett Johansson, Thor, Tom Hiddleston, all of them. And all of them have at least one planet in this nakshatra of Anuradha, which is a star in Scorpio. Anuradha is ruled by Scorpio and Saturn, both. So this is a mix of the Scorpio Saturn. This is the mix of sexy Scorpio, but also muscular Saturn. And Saturn also is the karaka of the public. So I know she's a DC Comics type of girl, but what I think the point I'm trying to make is that Anuradha has a real energy for being a superhero, and she does have her Saturn in Anuradha. In general, Saturn in Scorpio isn't a great placement, and the only reason I know that is because I also have Saturn in Scorpio in my chart. But Anuradha is a very fierce, very powerful. This is a lot of placements for success. I hate to say it, I don't know if you like her or hate her or whatever, but this is a lot of successful placements. I don't know if these are placements that give you high discipline, but these are placements that are high achieving. So she also has her Jupiter in Aquarius, which is the star of Purva Bhadrapada. So Jupiter is, in a woman's chart, the Jupiter will describe the husband and her ability to make children. I think she does have a kid, which is kind of interesting because Jupiter in Aquarius for women generally isn't that great, but I didn't give her chart like a really, really, really in-deep look. So there could be other canceling factors. But generally for a woman, Jupiter in Aquarius isn't that great because it's a very masculine placement. And for a woman to have like babies on time, she wants her Jupiter to be in something feminine like Virgo, Taurus, Cancer, something like, even Scorpio would be okay. Anyway, but she's got her Jupiter in Purva Bhadrapada. So this describes her husband. We all know her husband was Johnny Depp. So whatever this is, this says that whoever husband is, that he's going to be kind, giving, and merciful. He's going to be able to provide a good living for her. But the symbol for Purva Bhadrapada is the two-faced man. So this suggests that whoever her husband is probably more sinful and hellish than he appears. In the end of the day, it's still a sattvic energy, meaning holy and forgiving. So this means that her husband, whoever her husband is, will be a very forgiving, very supportive, very merciful man. But he too will have his own demons. Okay, so that was all the good stuff. This is the bad stuff, right? So we go, like I said, her sun is in Ashvini. That's a star in Aries. There was a study done, and this was the most prominent aspect for psychopaths and serial killers. I shit you not. I'm not saying that she's a psychopath and a serial killer, but I am saying that this Ashvini placement was the number one most prominent placement for psychopaths and serial killers. The astrologer Claire Nocte did a very in-depth case study, and the number one placement was Ashvini. You know, if you think about, what's that man who did that movie American Psycho? Okay, and then his name is, I can't fucking remember. I can never fucking remember his name. I don't fucking know why. What is wrong with me? He's one of my favorite actors, and I can never remember his name. Anyway, he has an Ashvini placement. The actor who played the serial killer in American Psycho, which is so fucking interesting because if you look at, like, Instagram, and I'm a dude, right? So, you know, I guess maybe my Instagram page feed is a little more bro-y than other people's. So every time I look at, like, men, you know, saying something positive or very motivational, you know, wake up, hit the gym, go running, fuck my woman, go make money, you know, stupid shit like that. They're always using this character from American Psycho. And it's like, did y'all not see the movie? He was a psychopath, and y'all fucking worship this guy. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. So she's a hasta moon, which is Virgo. Now, hasta, like I said, Virgo is Mercury. You know, Mercury is actually very neutral. This is why a lot of people can deal with Mercury people, and they'll think that they're psychopaths. They'll think that Mercury people are like, psychopaths, because they're very neutral. They don't have this crazy reaction to things the way other people do. So her being a hasta moon, this could actually is a second indicator of kind of psychopathy, like of being a psycho. It's also, because it's Virgo, it's also very materialistic and ambitious, right? The only thing is, Moon is controlling this nakshatra of hasta. Moon deals with illusion. So a lot of the greatest magicians are Moon influenced, including John Edwards, Houdini. I can't even think right now, but so many magicians are hasta moon, which is the planet of like mental influence and illusion. So these people can be frauds. These people can be thieves. You know, even ancient Jyotish say this about hasta moon people, and I'm not judging her because I'm a hasta moon as well. When I was a kid, I used to steal. I did used to steal, and when I was a kid, I used to lie. I used to lie a lot. And I noticed that I would say the right lies because it would just get me all these great results. And fortunately for me, you know, I had a really good mom, and I had a dad who knew how to crack the whip, and my mom was super religious and very strict. So I kind of grew out of that. But when I was a kid, I was a fraud, and I stole shit. So I'm not judging her. But this moon placement does suggest fraudulism, theft, psychopath, materialistic, and ambitious. It does say that. It suggests that. Okay, the other one, Rahu conjunct Sun in Aries. Damn, dog. Honestly, that's a tough placement. This can indicate a deep, unhealthy desire to be a winner, to be first place. These people can be ruthless and merciless in efforts of success. Rahu conjunct Sun suggests a person who's artistic and beautiful, but much more sinister underneath. Rahu is a demonic energy, and it's connected to her sun, her soul, her light source. So she's got this demonic energy connected to her. So on top, these women are beautiful and graceful, this, and that. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, these people can be nasty. I mean, honestly, just like nasty. Yeah, and you know, we're lucky this is a woman who's being affected by this, because men with this placement are so much more mean and cruel than you would ever think that this lady is. Again, I didn't watch the trials. I saw like an hour of it, like by accident, and I was like, how the fuck are people like enthralled by this? Anyway, the other thing is, not only does she have Rahu conjunct Sun in Aries, which is a really fucking tough placement. It's a very successful placement, but it's a very tough placement. But she has it in the 8th house, the house of blood, cutting, penetration. This is now hear this. This is also the house of other people's money. For example, your spouse, your in-laws. So this suggests a deep desire for other people's money. Does that make sense? Here's the other thing. She has a Mercury in Pisces in the 7th house. 7th house is marriage. Pisces is making your dreams come true, but Mercury means multiple. So this suggests that she has multiple marriages, multiple relationships, and because it's the star in Pisces called Uttara Bhadrapada, this means that she has had multiple relationships to very, very successful rich men. Last thing, I said her Jupiter is in Aquarius, her Jupiter is in Purva Bhadrapada. This creates a Ketu-Jupiter marriage. This is typical of husbands who are providers but get disrespected by the Ketu wife. In ancient Hindu astrology, there's a story of how Brihaspati is the ruler of Jupiter. Basically Jupiter. Just think about Jupiter. In this ancient story, Jupiter is cheated on by his wife, Ketu. Ketu, which is her, is better off single. They're very powerful, but for some reason, they can be detrimental to a marriage. Ketu she's better off single. The astrologer Claire Nocti, she says that Jupiter has an excess energy, which is Johnny Depp. This is Jupiter, which is Johnny Depp, has an excess energy to give so that Ketu, which is Amber Heard, can burn away. So that kind of a marriage was kind of written in the stars, especially with this Ketu, with her son of Ashvini. All right, guys. I think that's pretty good. That was 16, 17 minutes. All right, guys. Love you. Merry Christmas. Bye.